Hey everyone, welcome back to the Side Hustle Weekend podcast. My name is Ankit, and I'm the founder of Thrillverse Media and author of over 20 best-selling fiction novels. I started the Side Hustle Weekend podcast after noticing something very powerful. People with multiple income streams weren't just surviving tough times, they were thriving through them. So in the Side Hustle Weekend podcast, the focus is on side hustle, AI, passive income, solopreneurship, and making money online. But first, meet your AI hosts for today, Sarah Mitchell and Alex Parker. In each episode, they dive into exciting new opportunities in the world of side hustles, AI, productivity, solopreneurship, and passive income. So grab your coffee, take some notes, and let's talk about making money smarter, not harder. Also, before we start, hit that like button, share, and subscribe to join our Weekend Hustlers community. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our episodes where we break down more side hustle strategies. Over to you, Sarah and Alex, and I'll catch up with you at the end of the podcast.
All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome to your, personalized deep dive. This time, we're going to be uncovering some realistic side hustles for anyone out there working a full-time job, just like you.
Exactly.
We've got a whole bunch of YouTube videos lined up, all from experienced side hustlers who are breaking down some awesome options. And get this, we're not just theorizing here. We're diving into specifics like platforms, strategies.
Oh, yeah.
We'll even get into potential earnings from real people.
That's right. And it's important to stay grounded, right? I mean, the thought of getting rich quickly is definitely tempting. But for most people working 9 to 5, time and energy are the biggest roadblocks.
Okay, so no magic lamp for us.
I'm afraid not. But Daniel's Brew, he's this personal finance and career YouTuber. He makes a really good point. He says we got to avoid side hustles that just burn us out, like physically or mentally.
Right.
He's all about finding something sustainable, something you can actually manage with your already busy life.
That makes sense. It has to be something you can stick with, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of side hustles fit the bill?
Well, let's start with writing and content creation. These are areas where you can potentially earn passive income, which means, you put in the work up front.
Yeah.
And then the money keeps coming in without you having to constantly grind. I mean, that sounds perfect for someone with a packed schedule, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Passive income is like the holy grail of side hustles.
Yeah, it is.
So what specifically did the YouTubers recommend?
Okay, well, Daniel's Brew, he's really into Medium, calls it the YouTube of articles, You can build an audience and potentially earn money from your writing. And it's not just for, aspiring writers either. We're talking big names like Katie Couric, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Whoa, wait, hold on. You're telling me I could be, rubbing shoulders virtually with Katie Couric? That's some motivation to get back to writing?
Exactly. And you know what's great about Medium? There's really low barrier to entry. Basically, all you need is a computer and the ability to write, regularly.
Okay.
Daniel even mentioned that articles he wrote a year ago, they're still generating passive income for him.
That's amazing. So how exactly does that work? How do you actually make money from writing on Medium?
So they have this membership program, right? Readers pay a monthly fee and they get unlimited articles. And as a writer, you get a cut of that fee based on how much time members spend reading your stuff. So say someone with a $5 membership spends 10% of their reading time on your article. You'd earn 50 cents from that one reader just for that month.
I see. So the more people read your work, the more you earn.
That's it.
Right, okay.
Daniel gave this example. 2,000 followers who are consistently engaged with his content. He's making an extra $1,000 a month. I mean, of course, building that kind of following takes time, takes effort, but it shows you the potential.
Okay, yeah, that's impressive. Now, what about Etsy? I always thought it was just for handmade crafts, vintage items. How does that fit into the side hustle scene?
You'd be surprised. There's a huge market on Etsy for digital goods. Think checklists, templates, budget sheets, stuff like that. Things that you, as a working professional, probably already know how to make.
That's true. I mean, I use spreadsheets and checklists all the time for work. You're telling me I could actually sell those?
Absolutely. And since they're digital, once you make it, you're done, right?
Right.
No production costs. You just keep selling the same thing over and over. Daniel was talking about this budget sheet, 3,500 reviews. That's potentially $35,000.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Whoa, that definitely changes my view of Etsy. So we've got writing on Medium, selling digital stuff on Etsy. What other gems, side hustle gems, did these YouTube experts dig up?
Well, how about tapping into your inner chef?
Oh, you mean like starting a food blog or something like that?
Actually, it's even cooler than that. Daniel talked about this platform. It's called chef.com, and it connects home cooks with people in their area who want delicious homemade meals.
So it's like a marketplace for home cooked food. That's pretty brilliant. But what about food safety? I mean, that seems like a big concern.
It is, you're right, it is. But chef.com takes it very seriously. They require all their cooks to pass a food safety certification exam before they can sell anything on the platform.
Oh, okay. So there's some accountability there. So it's not just, anyone could just sign up and start selling whatever. You have to know your stuff. Right?
Exactly. And what I think is so cool about this is it's using something you're probably already doing. Cooking. You're probably making meals for yourself, your family already.
Right.
Why not cook a little extra and turn it into, a side income?
I love that. It's like turn your kitchen into a mini restaurant.
That's a great way to put it. And chef.com, they have this really diverse group of cooks, which I think is amazing. Like 85% are women, 80% are people of color, and there's representation from over 85 countries. I mean, that's going to mean some exciting variety for both cooks and customers.
Yeah, definitely. This is sounding more and more tempting. Okay, so we've got writing, digital products, and now cooking. What other hidden gems did these YouTubers unearth?
Okay, so let's talk about sharing resources. I mean, you probably lend stuff to friends and family, right?
Yeah, all the time.
So why not make it a side hustle? Daniel recommends checking out this website. It's called friendwitha.com. It's like a peer-to-peer rental marketplace, You can list those items you don't use that often and rent them out to people in your community.
How interesting. So like I could rent out that kayak that's been sitting in my garage forever.
Exactly. You decide the price, you list the item, and friendwitha.com handles the rest. They even include insurance. Yeah, like damage and liability protection. So you don't have to stress about someone wrecking your stuff.
Wow, that's great. So once you list your items, it's pretty passive, right?
Pretty much. They say you could earn an extra $1,000. But even if you don't hit that, it's a super easy way to bring in some extra cash.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list, friendwithdale.com. Now, I got to ask about affiliate marketing. It seems like everyone and their mother is talking about it these days. What's the real deal?
Yeah, Daniel agrees. He knows there's a ton of information out there. It can get overwhelming. But he suggested a tactic that might be perfect for someone like you. Using those short video platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
To share deals you find on Amazon.
So you find a good deal and then make a little video about it.
Exactly. You get people clicking your affiliate link, and if they buy something, you get a commission.
Yeah.
It's a cool way to use something you're probably already doing, online shopping.
Okay, that's actually pretty brilliant. It's like turning my shopping habit into a side hustle.
Right. And think about it. Short videos are huge right now. It's a quick, fun way to grab people's attention.
All right, you've convinced me. Affiliate marketing is on my list now. So we've covered writing, digital products, cooking, sharing stuff, and affiliate marketing. That's a lot. What else do these YouTubers have up their sleeves?
Well, those are some great ideas for passive income, right? But if you want something a little more hands-on, where you can really use your skills.
Bring it on. I'm ready to level up.
Then there are some awesome side hustles that can, lead to even bigger rewards.
Okay, I'm all ears. What kind of side hustles are we talking about here?
So there's this other YouTuber, Gabe Bolt, and he made a video all about side hustles that require a bit more, active work. And one that really caught my eye was becoming a virtual assistant, or VA.
Yeah, I've heard of VAs, but I'm not really sure what they do. It sounds a little vague.
It's not as vague as you think. Basically, VAs are like freelance assistants who work remotely, providing a whole range of services to clients, like scheduling appointments, managing emails, handling social media, even basic bookkeeping.
Ah, okay, so they're like the ultimate multitaskers. It sounds like there's a ton of variety in what they can do.
There is, and that's why it's such a great option for, people with full-time jobs. You can totally tailor your services to match your skills and interests. You're probably already doing some of these things at work anyway.
That's true, actually. I hadn't thought about it like that. So how do you even get started as a VA?
Well, Gabe tells this story about a woman, Faith, who started as a VA with zero experience. She just posted on Facebook, offered her services for $10 an hour to some business owners she knew, and she ended up making $1,000 in just her first 3 months.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So you don't need some fancy degree or like years of experience to get started.
Not at all. It's more about having the right skills and, and being willing to learn. And then as you get more experience, build up your clients, you can start charging more. But Gabe does say it's important to, well, niche down.
Niche down. What does that mean?
So it means you focus on a specific area you're really good at. Instead of saying you'll do anything, you could say, I specialize in social media management for like health and wellness businesses, or I'm an expert at email marketing campaigns that really get people engaged.
Ah, I get it. So it's about becoming an expert in a specific area. Makes sense. I guess it helps you stand out.
Exactly. You can target clients who are looking for, your specific skills. And the best part about being a VA is it's scalable. You can start small, like a few hours a week, and build it up as you get more clients.
So you can really make it work with your schedule and, how much time you have.
Yeah.
Okay, VA work is definitely something to consider. What other in-demand skills did Gabe talk about?
Well, with all these short-form video platforms popping up, like TikTok and Instagram Reels, video editing is becoming really valuable.
I've actually been thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Maybe I should add video editing to my to-do list.
You totally should. Gabe's even looking for a video editor himself to help him launch another YouTube channel. This one's for product reviews. He said he'd pay anywhere from $200 to $1,000 per video.
No way. Are you serious? That's some serious cash. But video editing seems kind of technical. Is that something you can even learn on your own?
Absolutely. Gabe said he picked up a lot of his skills from YouTube tutorials and watching those successful creators like Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon. He basically taught himself.
So you're saying I don't need to go to film school or anything. I can just, learn by watching and doing.
Exactly. There's so much free stuff online. And honestly, it's a useful skill to have, even if you don't want to be a full-time editor. Think about how you could use it at your job or even just for, personal projects.
True. Videos everywhere these days. Okay, so we've got VA work, video editing. What else was on Gabe's list?
He also talked about bookkeeping. It's a service that's, well, always needed, especially with all these new businesses starting up.
Bookkeeping, huh? You mean like managing finances and balancing budgets? That actually sounds kind of fun. I'm pretty good with numbers.
Perfect. Gabe said it's important to learn QuickBooks. It's a popular accounting software. And you got to have a good eye for detail. He even said that bookkeepers can earn like $3,000 to $6,000 a month.
Wait, hold on. Really? That's way more than I thought. I'm starting to see why so many people do bookkeeping as a side hustle.
For sure. And it's something you can easily do from home, which is a big plus when you're already working full time.
Okay, so virtual assisting, video editing, bookkeeping, this is awesome. Any other skills I should be adding to my resume?
Well, how about social media management?
Oh, yeah. Social media is like the biggest thing these days. I can definitely see why businesses would need help with that.
Exactly. Gabe actually suggests building a portfolio by offering free services at first, just to get some experience. Then when you're talking to potential clients, you can show them, what you've accomplished, like how you grew a brand's followers or how your content got people clicking on their website.
That's smart. It's one thing to say you're good at social media, but it's way better to actually show them you can get results.
Totally. And Gabe said social media managers can make like $500 to $3,000 per month per client.
Whoa. Okay, so now we have like a whole bunch of side hustles to choose from, but honestly, I'm a little overwhelmed. It's one thing to hear about them, but actually finding the time and energy to actually do one while working full time, that's a whole other thing.
I hear you. It definitely takes some juggling, but that's where time management and mindset come in. Luckily, another YouTuber, Rachel Howe, has some killer tips on making it all work.
Okay, you've got my attention. Time management guru, Rachel Howe. Tell me everything. Okay, so Rachel Howe, she's like a time management guru, right?
Yeah.
If anyone can help me figure out how to squeeze a side hustle into my crazy schedule, it's her.
Oh, for sure. She's got some amazing advice. And it all starts with figuring out what's really important and getting rid of the stuff that's just distracting you. The stuff that eats up your time but doesn't really get you closer to your goals.
Yes. I am so guilty of that. Those urgent but not important tasks,
Yeah.
they always get me. How do I break free?
Well, Rachel is all about the power of no. She realized she was saying yes to way too many things that weren't helping her reach her goals, whether it was extra work projects or social events that just, drained her. Learning to say no freed up so much of her time to focus on what really mattered.
That's so much easier said than done, though. It's hard to say no, especially when you don't want to let people down.
It's tough, I know. But Rachel says it's crucial for protecting your time and energy. And she doesn't stop there. She also suggests cutting back on things that drain you, even if they seem fun in the moment. For her, it was watching TV. She realized she was spending hours just passively watching stuff when she could be using that time to work on her side hustle.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's so easy to get sucked into like mindless scrolling or binge watching. I do it all the time.
We all do. It's all about being more aware of how we spend our time and making conscious decisions. Rachel also talks about minimizing interruptions, those pesky notifications, emails popping up, phone calls out of the blue, all that stuff that pulls you away from what you're doing.
My phone is the worst for that.
Yeah.
It's like a distraction machine.
She recommends turning off unnecessary notifications, checking your email all at once instead of throughout the day, and setting clear boundaries with clients about communication. Basically, creating a space where you can actually focus.
Yeah, like a little productivity bubble.
Exactly. And speaking of productivity, Rachel loves systems and automation. She uses templates for common emails, makes those Loom videos for quick explanations, and just has systems for, everything. It saves her so much time and energy.
It sounds like she's got her workflow down to a science.
She does. It's all about working smarter, not harder, right? So what about procrastination? We all struggle with that sometimes.
Oh yeah, procrastination is like my superpower.
Well, Rachel has this really interesting take on it. She sees it as a sign, if you're always putting something off, she says, ask yourself why. Maybe it's not that important. Maybe you can delegate it, or maybe it's something you can outsource.
So instead of feeling bad about procrastinating, I should use it as a chance to reevaluate my priorities.
Exactly. It's an opportunity to streamline your workflow and make sure you're focusing on the stuff that really matters. And speaking of focusing on what matters, Rachel's a big fan of the Pareto principle. It's also called the 80-20 rule.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Isn't it something like 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort?
That's it. She suggests looking at everything you do and figuring out which 20% is giving you the most results. Then you can focus your energy on those high-impact tasks.
So it's about finding what really makes a difference and prioritizing those activities.
Exactly. And Rachel's a big fan of time blocking to schedule those important tasks. She actually blocks out time in her Google Calendar for them to make sure they get done.
Wow, she's got it all figured out. But okay, what about energy management? I mean, even with the best time management tricks, sometimes I just feel completely wiped. How do you stay motivated and energized when you're juggling a full-time job and a side hustle?
You're right. That's super important. Rachel talks a lot about taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Getting enough sleep is huge, and so is having downtime and just quiet time. She also has this thing she calls just-in-time learning.
Just-in-time learning. What's that?
It's about learning as you go, rather than trying to learn everything up front. So instead of spending weeks reading books and taking courses before you even start, just focus on the specific skills you need for whatever you're working on right now.
Oh, okay. So it's about being strategic with your learning and not getting overwhelmed with too much information at once.
Exactly. And it keeps you from getting stuck in theory before you even get started. She also suggests trying to avoid switching between tasks all the time. That back and forth can be mentally exhausting. It's better to group similar tasks together and work when your energy levels are naturally higher.
So if I'm a morning person, I should do my toughest work in the morning when I have the most energy.
Exactly. It's about making your workday work for you.
This has been an amazing deep dive. I mean, we've covered so much, from actual side hustle ideas to time management and mindset. I feel like I have a whole toolbox of resources and strategies to get my side hustle journey started.
That's awesome. And remember, it's a journey, not a race. There'll be good times and bad times, challenges and wins. But if you're persistent, willing to learn, and you stick to your goals, you can do amazing things. It's not just about the extra money. It's about finding something you enjoy, something that adds value to your life, and maybe even opens up new opportunities.
Totally. It's about following your passions, learning new skills, and maybe even discovering a hidden talent or two along the way.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe your little side hustle will turn into something big.
Exactly. The possibilities are endless.
So that was today's episode of my Side Hustle Weekend podcast. For everyone listening, if you're ready to take action on what you learned today, here's where you can find more resources. First, Head over to sidehustleweekend.com. I've put together detailed guides, templates, and case studies. And while you are there, don't miss out on my free newsletter, Side Hustle Weekend. If you found value in today's discussion, hit that like button and subscribe to join our Weekend Hustlers community. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our episodes where we break down more side hustle strategies. Check the description below for all the tools and resources we mentioned today. Remember, everyone's journey starts with a single step. Whether you're looking to make an extra $500 a month or build something bigger, start with what you learned today and take action. I'll see you in the next episode where we'll break down another practical way to grow your income.